Throughout history, some of the most devastating disasters have been buried beneath layers of secrecy, cover-ups that concealed horrifying truths until now. From nuclear meltdowns to the deliberate flooding of regions in times of war, the human race has witnessed events so catastrophic that those in power chose to hide them. Let's uncover 5 catastrophic events that were shrouded in mystery for years. In the desolate landscape surrounding the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, a hidden tragedy unfolded. Beyond the human casualties, a silent tragedy was unfolding in the contaminated zone. Thousands of animals, livestock, pets and wildlife were deliberately exposed to radioactive environments as part of chilling scientific studies. Scientists, operating under a veil of secrecy, subjected these creatures to a range of experiments. The aim? To study the progression of radiation sickness, the impact on reproductive systems, and potential genetic mutations. Confined to laboratories, many already weakened by radiation exposure, they were subjected to a battery of tests. These were not isolated incidents. The scale of these experiments was vast. It was only after the collapse of the Soviet Union that whistleblowers, armed with shocking evidence, began to emerge. Documents, photographs, and testimonies painted a grim picture of the suffering inflicted on these animals. The revelation of these experiments sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The Yellow River, often referred to as the cradle of Chinese civilization, has a tumultuous relationship with its people. In 1938, amidst the chaos of war, this mighty river became a weapon, unleashing a catastrophe. As the Imperial Japanese Army advanced during the Second Sino-Japanese War, the nationalist government faced a desperate predicament. Outnumbered and outgunned, they resorted to a drastic strategy to intentionally flood the Yellow River. By destroying the dikes, they hoped to create a watery barrier, halting the Japanese advance. The consequences were catastrophic. The unleashed river surged across the land, engulfing entire villages and towns. Millions were displaced, their homes and livelihoods washed away. For decades, the true cause of the 1938 Yellow River flood remained a secret. It was only in the 1980s that historians uncovered the truth behind this man-made disaster. December 1952. London, still recovering from war, found itself shrouded in a different kind of darkness. A thick, acrid fog descended upon the city, plunging its inhabitants into a 5-day ordeal. This was no ordinary fog. It was a toxic cocktail of smoke, soot and sulfur dioxide, a byproduct of the city's post-war industrial boom. As factories churned out goods and countless coal fires burned, the air grew heavy with pollutants. Visibility plummeted, bringing traffic to a standstill. People coughed, their lungs burning with each breath. Hospitals overflowed with patients suffering from respiratory distress. The official death toll stood at 4,000, but the true number was closer to 12,000. The government downplayed the severity of the smog. Industrialists, fearing economic repercussions, lobbied against stricter regulations. The true scale of the tragedy took years to emerge. Love Canal, New York. It sounds idyllic, doesn't it? But beneath the surface lay a toxic secret. In the 1970s, families noticed something was terribly wrong. Strange odors permeated the air, children fell ill, and birth defects soared. Their homes, schools, and playgrounds were built on a massive chemical waste dump. Over 21,000 tons of toxic waste had been buried beneath their feet. For years, these hazardous materials leached into the soil and groundwater, poisoning the community. The company responsible, Hooker Chemical, initially downplayed the disaster, but the residents of Love Canal refused to be silenced, organizing protests and demanding accountability. The Love Canal disaster became a rallying cry for environmental justice. The night of December 2nd, 1984 will forever be etched in the memory of Bhopal, India. A pesticide plant owned by Union Carbide leaked a deadly cloud of methyl isocyanate gas. The gas spread silently through the streets, seeping into homes, shops, and temples. People woke to a burning sensation in their eyes and throats, their lungs struggling to draw breath. Panic ensued as thousands stumbled through the darkened streets, desperate to escape the invisible killer. The official death toll stands at over 25,000, but the true number is believed to be far higher. Hundreds of thousands were left with chronic illnesses. The disaster left a legacy of suffering that continues to this day. These disasters, each a stark reminder of the human cost of secrecy and negligence, serve as a solemn reminder of our responsibility to protect our planet and its inhabitants. But amidst the darkness, there are glimmers of hope. The courage of whistleblowers, the tireless work of investigative journalists, and the unwavering pursuit of justice by victims and their families have helped to bring these hidden truths to light. By uncovering the past, we honor the victims and work towards a future where such tragedies are never repeated. What other hidden tragedies should we uncover? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video enlightening, hit the like button and subscribe for more untold stories of history and humanity.